starting your journey to financial freedom. Now. You're listening to the New Investor Podcast.
This is the Young Investor for the New Investor Podcast, and it is day 101 on our journey towards financial freedom. I felt I had to change the name of that sequel to Growing My Side Venture rather than using the word business. I believe words are important, and what I am currently building on the side with this podcast is certainly not a business. I generate no revenue from it, I sell nothing, it is rather an expense at this stage. So I admit it would be a beautiful thing though to dedicate myself full-time for it, but it is a very long-term vision provided I produce enough quality content to stay in the game. However, at chapter 1 of the journey, it is certainly not the objective. My current objective is to raise awareness directly with the young and new investors out there, develop an audience, engage with the community, receive feedback, and continuously improve. I am also documenting my own journey to financial freedom in the process, which will help me in the credibility department once I reach a more substantial net worth. So there are plenty of long-term objectives here, and I believe the important for me is to focus on them and reach the different milestones I have set along the way. I launched the podcast in March 20th, 2019, and it had no listeners in the first 2 weeks and counts today about 600 downloads a day. So I have published so far 68 episodes on average every day and a half. So I have a strong feeling that being consistent and putting in the work here over the long term will be the right strategy to adopt to increase my audience and reach my objectives of raising awareness about investing. I mentioned also before that I started to trust an expert with regards to my Instagram account. Raising awareness should happen on every possible platforms, and I believe you simply can't avoid a presence on Instagram, and that is just one of them. But currently my focus at the moment is that platform. So I am no digital marketing expert by no means, but I know enough about it to know when someone is doing a great job. So my friend Rui from Rui Digital has managed to grow my followers from 120 followers to 1,600 or a growth of 1,200% in a single month, coupled with content that is informative and valuable to the young and new investors, real people I engage with and who are engaging with me as well, not those bots that are all over the internet nowadays. So an honest growth done by an honest professional. You can follow his link in the description if you wish to maintain your own account. He's in high demand, and he is not doing this for free for me at all, believe me. So the podcast, Instagram, and I have also launched my website, newinvestorpodcast.com, which I am on process of redesigning and make it more functional. So traffic on the website and SEO is key to drive audience, so I need to ensure the website works well and is attractive. So I ran a skeleton podcasting website in the meantime until this is done, and it reached about 15,000 visits last month, which I consider plenty at chapter 1 of the journey. So there is still a very long way to go. I am educating myself on how to do better with all these medium of communication, how to drive them, etc. So it is incredible, however, to have so much at your disposal to start a new venture or learn how to start a venture. I will advise anyone any day to dive into a side venture or similar. It is just fun and it spices your day up, but above all, it increases your chances to open up other streams of income. So a side venture like this one has a long-term objective in terms of potentially becoming a source of revenue, and ideally your main source of income, hopefully at a certain point in the future. So I am not for monetizing early. There is no reason to do so. It would be like jumping from the first floor. So I did research, however, on ways that this could happen, and I looked at affiliate marketing and sponsorships which are both viable solutions, but it will be extremely important to stay relevant to the audience by only promoting on behalf of companies that can in return bring real value to the young and new investors. investor. So maintaining integrity while attempting to cover your costs and or make a profit at one stage through such means is perfectly acceptable in my opinion, as long as everyone benefits from it. So there are some fantastic tools and platforms out there that can support you, which were developed by dedicated teams that also deserve to be supported. So it is just a win-win economy. And in the meantime, until you take that decision to invest, to save, to start a new venture, I wish you a great start of the week with that intent in your mind. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and I really hope that it brings you some additional support on your own journey towards financial freedom. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss an episode, and looking forward to your DM and follow on Instagram at New Investor Podcast. In the meantime, stay invested, be patient, and keep playing the long-term game.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.